it looks like the conflict over in Israel has now spilled over to the U.S. as supporters from both sides are holding massive protest and counter-protest in American cities like Washington, D.C. and New York City. Now, I would imagine that some of the people out there are immigrants. Some of these people are probably from Israel and other various countries. Some of these people probably have family members that live in these countries. But I would argue that the majority of the people taking part in these protests are really just woke assholes that have no idea who or what they're fighting for. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm no expert on this situation either, but I understand the basics, and I'm wise enough to know that having not lived in this situation, having not experienced this situation from the ground, like someone who's living over there, that it's not really a smart move or a good look to form a solid stance in this situation or to really formally pick a side. A lot of the people who are doing that are phony. Phony, like a lot of the people who are attending these protests. Most of these people are college students who have been indoctrinated by their professors and their peers. I've seen videos coming from college campuses all around America of students celebrating the attacks on Israel yesterday. And these aren't foreign exchange students. These aren't students who are studying abroad. These are random white kids with blue and green hair dancing on the table, celebrating the fact that women and children are getting kidnapped, snatched up, and killed in the middle of the street. Yet these are the people that we're supposed to believe hold some type of moral high ground above us because they're more politically correct. They're the ones always offended, telling you, oh, what's offensive now, what you can't say, or what's appropriate in the modern day. They want you to believe they're all holier than thou. And everyone else is bad. Everyone else is a Nazi, or you're racist, or you're homophobic, or you're this, you're that. Yet these woke idiots are all dancing on the tabletops, happy that kids are getting kidnapped in Israel. And they don't even understand the situation. But the woke mind virus has altered their minds to the point that all rationale flies out the window. But that's what the woke mind virus does. It will have you living a miserable life. It will have you doing stupid things like flying to Israel to go to music festivals on the border of Gaza and one of the most dangerous places on earth to promote peace in order to get a few Instagram likes or to virtue signal to your college buddies. And that's exactly what happened in Israel. A lot of the American citizens missing, a lot of the young girls that were snatched up by these terrorist groups were young, woke idiots who had no business being over there. They wanted to go to a peace festival so they could post pictures for Instagram and get some Instagram likes. Random young girls from all over the world that had no business being in the middle of this nonsense. But they're at a rave in the middle of the desert. A rave that basically got attacked by terrorists from the sky and the ground as they flew on their homemade paragliders right into the crowd, firing on people, snatching up random girls that, like I said, had no business being there, but the woke mind virus led them there because they wanted to virtue signal from Israel about peace in the Middle East as they shook their asses in the middle of a desert, and now they're held hostage or they're no longer with us. Earlier today, Israeli forces were able to go to this area where this music festival took place, and they recovered hundreds of bodies, hundreds of people still missing. And I'll reiterate myself, I'll say it over and over again. Most of these girls that were out there, or just people in general, they had no business being out there. No business at all. But the woke nonsense led them all the way overseas thinking, oh, I'm going to dance for peace on the border of Gaza. What in the world is going through these people's minds? There's literally video of these people dancing and having fun in the middle of the desert 1 minute, and then the next minute they're running for their lives as terrorists run around, snatching up random women. And it's really sad. It's heartbreaking to see. But at the same time, these people virtue signaled their way all the way to a foreign country and decided to party right on the border, right across the way from Israel's enemies. But they're there to promote peace. It's not about Instagram likes. No, it's not about TikTok videos. No, everyone dancing and partying and having fun. That's going to bring peace to the Middle East. It's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. But that's the reality. And the saddest part of all, is that a lot of these Americans that are missing are college students that were over there for no apparent reason. And guess what? As of right now, things may change. America has no plans as of right now to go in and get their civilians and citizens out of Israel. Poland has been flying to Israel nonstop. The Polish military, they've been going in and out, extracting people. The Romanian government, as we speak, they're sending their military or some military planes over to Israel to extract some of their citizens. The woke college students that decided, hey, we're going to go to a rave in the middle of Israel in the desert, on the border of Israel's enemies. Who knows what's going to happen to them? Who the heck knows? But like I was saying earlier, this is an extremely complicated situation that's been going on for years. And I don't think that 99% of people, including myself, fully understand it. I don't even think half of the people over there getting blown up in Israel and Gaza and various other places even fully understand it. They're kind of born into it. But regardless of how complex it is, when you boil it down, and this is my problem, because yes, it's a complex situation, but when you really boil it down, it's really basic. Two sides that don't really like each other. Two sides that have wronged one another. I've seen horrible things done by Israel. I've seen horrible things done by their enemies. At the end of the day, I'm not here to pick a side. I think the wise thing to do in this situation, where it's really not a clear-cut situation, I think the wise thing to do here is to not pick a side. Don't be like the freaking college woke blue-haired assholes that are choosing sides, acting as if they're, freedom fighters for this side and that side, and then they go home to their $4,000 a month apartments and eat Fritos while watching, Once Upon a Time on the CW. Don't be like them. But yeah, complex situation. I'm not picking any side because I understand that the reality of war is that the majority of these people are innocent people who have nothing to do with the overall conflict, probably just want to live their lives, but they cannot because of the constant turmoil. The reality is, even if you want to pick a side, you're going to see things coming from both sides that you really can't defend, and you're going to see a significant loss of innocent life. And that's what it's about for me. I'm not here to promote any narrative. I'm not here to tell you to necessarily believe this or to believe that. I'm here to try to get you the facts from the ground. And in the fog of war, that's kind of hard to do because there's a lot of propaganda. I've been trying to steer clear of it as much as I can. But I just want to let you all know that as far as I'm concerned, I don't have an official stance on this situation. And it's not like I'm afraid to. If you've been subbed to my channel, you know that I have no problem drawing a line in the sand, or drawing a line in the sand. I have no problem picking a hill to die on. I have no problem standing firm in my beliefs. But I would be phony if I sat here in front of you and said that, oh, I fully believe that this side is right and this is the side that I choose, because that's not the case in this situation. Let me know your thoughts though down below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.